Our Lowe's Garden Treasure hose reel worked well for 9 years, but this year when I brought the hoses in for the winter, everything looked solid, but upon further review, the main bracket for the reel had rusted right off the chassis. A single point of failure corroded, leading to full system failure. Too bad, as the brass fittings, handle, wheels, the reel were all in good shape. So what to do? Could I weld it back? That would be hard, welding together rusted endpoints. Even if it worked, it would result in that same single point of failure waiting to rust out like the original. I don't like throwing things away that are okay. We purchased this durable steel reel because of multiple plastic reel breakdowns. We wanted to avoid adding to the waste stream. But how to fix it? Then I remembered that George Horsefall, our San Francisco host, described how the city of San Francisco helped homeowners seismic retrofit. The Loma Prieta quake collapsed a lot of San Francisco's soft-story buildings. But the cure for this soft story turned out to be quite simple. Simply screwing plywood on the soft-story studs can prevent failure from rocking. They call it shearing the walls or bolting and bracing.
Howard Cook has been retrofitting homes in the Bay Area for decades. In that time, he's made thousands of homes better prepared for the next big earthquake pretty simple.
So what happens is in an earthquake, this wall rocks back and forth and then it collapses. And so the way we prevent that from happening is we put on a piece of plywood.
The technique is called a brace and bolt. It helps to better secure the house's foundation to the ground.
And that way, when it tries to slide, it can't slide. It goes into the plywood, which goes this way, which goes that way, which goes into the bolts, and that's a retrofit.
So couldn't we apply the same to our hose reel? So if we look at it, the rust occurred down here, right at that basis point, and the frame separated. But if we took a sheer galvanized sheet, became our plywood, so to speak, and then bolted it 1, 2, 3, 4 right in, that would perhaps work. First, I needed thin but strong and rust-proof sheets. Well, that same metal scrap heap at the Hingham transfer station had a nice galvanized steel Honstra Farm milk bottle box. I measured the brace sheet size by marking up and cutting a paper template, and I marked that on the milk case. And then I cut each brace sheet out using a carbide blade on my handsaw. I filed off the sharp edges and points. I wire brushed clean the rusted parts and sprayed on a rust converter that transforms the remaining rust into a stable black iron complex. Then I clamped them onto the hose reel frame. I'd sent away for 8 1-inch length, 1/4-inch diameter stainless steel bolts with washers and locking nuts. And then I drilled holes and screwed on the bolts, tying the shear onto the frame on both sides. So, as you can see, this works fine. It's stronger than before, and who would ever know that the critical single point of failure is fully out of play now. The rusted section is arrested, the shear wall holds the entire weight. Another 40 years of service anyway. Thanks for watching.